Thank you for the comments, and I'll try to be more energetic. But this is about as vivacious as you're gonna hear me.
Oh well, we may see 50 Marines run up into a ramp and die to one storm, so maybe that'll raise the energy levels a bit. But anyway, we're in Whirlwind now, and
Yep.
in the top left we have the Blue Terran on Team Saw. It's Terranblade.
Correct. And in the bottom right we have Partouf of the Caster clan. And if you zoom in on his nexus, you can see Nathanias in an aceCate shirt saying #1 caster. Which basically I missed most of the start of Partouf's games because I was only watching Nathanias spin around.
Looking at Nathanias spinning around.
It's very hypnotic.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, so just opening up standard here.
Yeah.
There's not much else to say. Supply depot coming down, pylon down.
And this is where I can add too that this game is from the other group, and
I think this is one of the more even games as well, right? Both of the players were Gold League. This game was like one of the even games, right?
Yeah.
I am right thinking that, yeah, because Terranblade and Partouf are both in Gold League. I do know that Terranblade did practice a lot though. I'm not sure if that was just for the ZVT or if he practiced in general for all of the matchups in the group. But I was told he did practice a lot for the tournament, so it should be good.
He also got some practice help from Mukzor, who is the favorite in this group. And I believe that he signed up as silver, but he advanced to gold before the tournament started.
I think that just shows practice, to be honest, that he's advancing.
So he's improving his play, and to be honest, in the first cast we saw him play against Mukzor, and he played a fairly solid macro game, actually.
Yeah, his macro is pretty good, to be honest. For his league anyway, he's got very strong macro, and he's not scared to expand like a lot of players in the lower leagues. So anyway, we have the one gas coming down for Partouf. The second gas is almost complete. The cybernetics core's coming down. It's pretty standard. It looks like he's going to be opening up either maybe Stargate or maybe Twilight into expand. It's not opening up for a 4-gate or anything like that. Partouf is going for the expand. His Reaper is making its way across the map. He's scouting with an FCV too. I like this, to be honest. What he can try and do, he can try and tuck the SCV away in Partouf's base and then run in for another look a bit later on. So he knows where Partouf is now. So he's going to move across there and get a scout, I should hope.
And if you can tell them some more about the game, I see that we have a lot of new viewers now. We're up to 200 viewers, so if you haven't heard this already, hello, this is the aceCate Cup, which is a tournament for viewers of BasetradeTV. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to link the info in the chat. So back to the game, we see that...
I think Terranblade is opening up pretty standard. He's going 3 racks, he's getting his stim. His factory's out. Maybe he wants to go for a 3 racks push with some medivacs off 2 base. Maybe. Or he could also... There's a few options he could do off this. He could do sort of an all-in with a lot of Vikings to deal with any Colossus, or maybe some sort of SCV pull. But I see the Stargate coming down now. So he's... right now he's just macroing out, but from what we see right now, it looks like he's going to be aggressive, especially with the 3 racks coming down.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just because he wants to be safe from some sort of blink play, maybe. It's just a safe opener from Terranblade.
And there's an early forge coming in from Partouf. So he has 2 gates and a forge before Robo.
So normally when you see this sort of forge, it leads towards some like +2 all in. It's normally like a +2 blink, but with +2 blink, you normally gateway or forge expand, and you get your forge a bit earlier than this. But it looks like he might just want to move across the map with some sentries, zealots maybe, just try and catch up some units. But sentries is the right thing to do against 3 Rex. And does he have a mothership core out? Yeah, so he's going to have enough energy for overcharge if Terranblade does smooth out. And Terranblade's got the reacted starport now, so he's going to start his medevac production.
So the Stalker poked up the ramp, but I don't think it saw anything. Just met Marine fire and the Reaper hunting it down now.
Okay, so Partouf is moving out with the sentries now. I'm not sure what he wants to achieve with this.
I'm not sure either.
He should make a hallucinated Phoenix as soon as he can, though, and try and find out what Terranblade is up to. But instead, he's moving out to the watchtower with his sentries, and he's rallying more units across. If he was going to go for some sort of aggression, he should have a probe with this or a pylon.
And now he's getting his robo. Over
I
8
think,
minutes in.
and he's getting Twilight Council, so I think he's in it for the macro game. He's dropping gateways as well. Okay, so I think what we're seeing here from Partouf, because he has free gas, actually there's workers this, so they're in now. So free gas normally means like some sort of aggression. Like you don't take free gas and not be aggressive. You either take 4 gas and play the macro game with your, getting your Colossus out and your double upgrades maybe. But free gas is normally a sign of aggression. So he's going to move up the ramp here. Nice force field. He's going to catch one of the Marauders, but he lost the Stalker. He's moving up here. I'm not sure if this is the right choice. No, it's definitely not the right choice to move up the ramp like that.
No, I think it started good with the force fields, and then
I think after he picked off the Marauder, he maybe should have just ran back.
Yeah, I agree. Take what you can get. I don't really see a reason to push up the ramp there. If he's looking for information, it's better to send in a hallucinated Phoenix, like you said.
So Partouf got his Twilight Council, but he hasn't started. Okay, so he starts Blink now. He's on 5 gateways. He started Charge now. Oh wow, did he start cancelling Charge? Charge. He cancelled his Blink, right? Okay. Okay. So he's yeah. This is just a macro game from now on. I think it's too late for some sort of big all-in. He's getting his Robo Bay.
I see that in the natural he accidentally rallied his gas drones to a cannon.
Yeah, it's a slight mistake though. It's going to be without gas for a few minutes.
It's a slightly lower gas count. But he's only on 1 forge, so I don't think it's going to matter too much.
He notices now as well, so I think he's going to start his Colossus range and start producing Colossus as soon as...
I also saw someone in chat thinking that one of us was Partouf.
Oh wow.
No, he's not talking about himself in third person. Partouf is actually observing this for us.
Okay, so he's going to see this army on the map with this observer. So Partouf, I don't know why he moved on the road. Okay, so this is a really easy hold for Partouf. He has the amazing photon cannon. He has force fields. He's dropping some cannons. He has the minerals. Why not?
He'll always have the Nexus cannon. And he has the perfect observer, seeing everything that...
Yeah, he sees this army. He shouldn't really have to worry here. I think this is a really big commitment from Terranblade. If he loses this army and doesn't do much damage, he's going to be in a bad position. I think he realizes that, so he just pulls back with what he can. Colossus is moving out now. Now, I missed. Did Partouf get Colossus range or not?
I do not believe so, no.
No, he did not. So he forgot his Colossus range. Yeah, so he cleans up this army. Yeah, great force fields from Partouf. Traps all of the army.
It has to be said, by the way, that Partouf, by his own admission, is not the greatest macro player, but his micro is really good. I've seen him in several games make very excellent force fields.
Great force fields, tasteless.
Great force fields. So many banelings. So we're seeing Terranblade. He keeps rallying.
I think this
Invincible
is the right
Orders.
thing to do. He realized that Partouf didn't have like an overwhelming amount of units. He did lose quite a bit, but he's started his Viking production now. Partouf, like what Terranblade could do here, he could take these zealots for pretty much free, and then as soon as the Colossus is in range, he can just pull back again. Okay, so I think Terranblade's doing right by focusing the Colossi this. I think what he should do now, after he's picked off that Colossi, he should maybe just pick up into the Medivacs and go for a big drop in the main.
Yeah, I agree. But it's very hard to drop a Protoss on 2 bases.
Yeah, but Partouf was out on the map here, so there was no reason not to really go and drop. He has more units rallying across the map. He has... His economy is rolling. Does he have? Yeah, he should have a third CC on the way soon, but he is way oversaturated in his natural. And he should be dropping them gases in his natural now as well, because he is dropping low on gas. There's a big fight in the middle here. I think Terranblade just needs to retreat here. But yeah, he loses a lot and he's just going to pull back now. He has a lot of units rallying across the map, but he just pulls back to his natural now. Maybe drops some bunker on his high ground. He can hold this attack, but he really needs to get that third CC out because Partouf's third is halfway done. But right now he needs to worry about defending this attack. And yeah, Partouf is going to run up and see there's no third base. He may check the other side. But one of Terranblade's biggest issues is like that oversaturation on the natural.
And also the lack of upgrades, I think, is hurting him.
Yeah.
Because he only has +1 attack upgrade.
And we have +2 on the way for Partouf. So he also needs to produce Vikings. He should be on a third base and double starport at this point. So he started his third now.
He really needed those gases on the natural much earlier.
Yeah, and he still doesn't have them. So maybe he just normally floats a lot of gas. I know when I was playing Terran, I used to float gas a lot, but yeah, he's got position. He's got a good position here.
Yeah,
but yeah, the force fields are good from Partouf. His Vikings are at the back. They're not even shooting the Colossus. Yeah, Partouf can just A move and win the game soon.
I think we really felt the lack of Vikings there.
Yeah, they weren't attacking. Like if the Vikings were attacking from the start, he could have cleaned that up. Now, what Terranblade needs to do here, he needs to hold the high ground and build bunkers. The bunkers should already be down now. There should be a transfer of SCVs to the main, to the third, sorry, and there should be workers in the gas and the natural, and there isn't. And yeah, once again, the upgrades are really delayed for Terranblade.
I think it should be mentioned also that Partouf is saturating his third behind this, so he doesn't have to kill him now even. Yeah, I think he's still going to.
Yeah, I just don't think there's any way that Terranblade can hold this. He's also making a mistake by coming onto the low ground versus this, and yeah, I think Partouf is just gonna end the game here, and GG will be called shortly.
Yeah, and there's no answer for the Colossi or even the gateway units.
Yeah, Terranblade just in general, he had the right idea, but he just didn't have that Terran war machine that you want running, you know. He needed the second starport, he needed to get the gas earlier.
And the GG
just
is
in
called.
General. Yeah, GG is called.
So we're going to jump into the second game, which, if memory serves, was King Sejong Station, I think. Which is... I can't remember exactly, but is this the only current map we have casted yet?
No, we've casted Overgrowth.
Yeah, that's correct. I forget about Overgrowth because it's basically just the bread of maps.
Okay, so we can talk a bit about King Sejong. It's a very large map, but it's also a pretty standard map. It's quite easy to take a third as a Protoss on this map. And it's also quite easy to take a third as a Terran. And if you can gain that high ground fourth, with a planetary fortress, it's also quite easy to hold that fourth as well. So it'll be an interesting map. I think in general it's just a pretty balanced and a nice TVP map to watch in general. Okay, so we're loading into the game now. We're in. So in the top left we have the purple Protoss on Team Caster, Partouf.
Also our observer for the day.
Yep.
And in the bottom right we have Terranblade going by the nick SO Abyss. If I remember correctly, Terranblade is an American and Partouf is from the Netherlands. So we always play the game on the NA server as a default, unless both players were from Europe.
In general, playing on NA from Europe isn't bad at all. I have like 80 ping to NA when I play from Europe, so it's really like not an issue. I don't see why people would really be bothered. Unless you live in like really Eastern Europe, ping shouldn't really be a problem for you playing on NA. Anyway, so we see the gas first coming down from Terranblade now. He's got that queued up. Partouf is going for a Nexus first by the looks of things right now. Well, oh no, there's the gateway, so he's gonna probably gateway expand on this map.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the same build as last game.
Yeah, and with Terranblade, he started the early gas. That normally means you want to do sort of a 1-1-1 with your factory, maybe a Widow Mine drop. You can do that as well from gas first. So it'll be interesting to see what Terranblade wants to do with that gas first, because he will have a lot of it. So we see Partouf moving across the map for a scout now. And he's going to see that the gas was early if he clicks on it and sees how much has been mined.
Meanwhile, back home, he's
getting a gas of his own. Two gases of his own. Okay, so it's the same from both players right now. Partouf really needs to go in and check this gas though, because it is a bit different from the first game. He's not going to go in and check it.
No, the probe is idling, and now he's denied.
So he doesn't know it's a gas first, but he shouldn't really be affected by it much. Most Protoss just get a blind robo anyway. You know, get the observer out fast, just because of the threat of Widow Mine drops, and just because observers are just so good in general for scouting.
We did see Partouf delay his robo a lot last game though.
Yeah, in the first game. I wasn't quite sure. I think Partouf wanted to go for some sort of early aggression, but then when he realised that Terranblade had opened 3 racks and had a lot of units, he decided against it, so had some macro out of it.
So we'll see if we see a faster robo this game.
Yep. Still no expansion for either player, which is quite strange with it being King Sejong Station. Terrans can really expand early, and so can Protoss on this map.
Yeah, we see no tech from...
and I think Partouf is dropping a pylon here, so this could be
we're gonna see a proxy of some sort. And he has a lot of gas.
Probably a Stargate, maybe. There's First Blood getting a probe kill here in the natural of Partouf. It's 1 probe. So will he get the second? It doesn't look like he's going to get another kill. Okay, so Partouf is going to proxy something here. It might be... Okay, so there it is. It's a proxy robo. This is a tactic I've seen Hook do. He does his proxy robo with... he gets 2 or 3 Immortals, a lot of Zealots, and Sentries and Stalkers to back it up. I also seen Rain do this a lot. He... Also, they used the proxy robo. Like, proxy robo is really old build. You don't see it much anymore. But you can also get this with a lot of sentries. So it's sort of like a mortal sentry. But then you actually hallucinate some extra immortals. So, you know, it can scare the Terran off a lot as well. So,
and I also think it's very clever by Partouf, because he built the second pylon in his main.
Yeah, that's...
going way over supply.
Yeah, exactly. So
there's no way
Terranblade doesn't know right now. He's no idea. He's going to free gate robo, proxy free gate robo. He is getting the sentries as I thought. So I think what he's going to do here, he's going to move out with maybe 4 or 5 sentries, and then just warp in zealots and stalkers behind it.
And the immortals can obviously take down the debris very quickly.
Exactly. And Terranblade's actually moving across here. Okay, so Terranblade scouts this. He scouts it, but it still doesn't mean it can't be. It's gonna be stopped. You know, he scouted it rather late. The immortals are already in production. Partouf's warping in now. So what Terranblade needs to do now? He needs to lift his natural and retreat to his main and drop 3 or 4 bunkers. Just bunkers can be salvaged, so there's no reason not to overreact on bunkers. But
he's building a 4th and a 5th Rex there.
Yeah, so I think what you should do here as Terranblade is instantly start the bunkers in your main and lift up your natural to your main. But I just don't think that Terranblade's going to be able to hold this when he's funneling in units 1 by 1. We see him, this is the worst thing you can do, is run in 1 by 1 with units.
I think the Terranblade is in panic mode right now.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do, how to deal with this, which is understandable. Neither player here is a really high level of play, and some sort of stuff is sort of unorthodox for them. But I do think that Terranblade could have held this if he knew how to react to it properly. So
yeah,
hopefully for next time, when he scouts it, he knows how to react properly to it. And that reaction would be to lift the command center to the main, start some bunkers on the high ground, and just produce units. And you can also do a really big SCV pull, and we have the expansion behind this for Partouf as well, and there's just no way Terranblade's got a way back into this game.
No, I think it's pretty much...
Yeah, and GG is called. Okay, so